For the past year, I've been running sound for Texas country bands in the metal building behind me. And I want to show y'all how our PA system setup has evolved over the last 12 months. We've worked with a bunch of great artists here, and each time we've come back to the venue, our approach to doing these gigs has changed slightly. And that's what this video is about. We'll talk about what gear we use, what's changed, what stayed the same, all while we're setting up the PA system for Max and Heather stalling. The first thing we gotta do is unload the van. These plates used to be aggravating as hell. It used to be a pain in the ass. But ever since that I figured out how to put this strap on it and actually transport them, it's a lot easier to get everything inside. Before we did the flex stands, we were using the Ultimate Support Telelock stands. They took up a lot of space in the front of the stage and it kind of made a huge mess. And these are way more low profile, and now we have 4 of them. Whew, what's next? And now we're using the QSC K12.2s instead of the ZLX-EV12Ps or whatever they are. But really what it came down to is there's tons of other companies in town that I can rent these from if I need some extra ones. Those are a little bit harder to find. And I think that the QSC sound a little bit less flubby in the low end than the EVs do, and they don't sound as harsh when driven a little bit. Still using the twin cables for the mains though. Yeah, we're gonna get the power. A lot of people ask what these boxes are. Just a rubber quad box, and then it's got a power con in and a power con out, so I can daisy chain them along the stage. This one's made by OA Windsor. I think there's a bunch you can buy, like from Blizzard or whoever, but this guy made them for me special. I don't have a link in the description, but you can just go to his website and buy your own. Tell him Connor from Silver Creek Audio sent you, and maybe he'll, I don't know what he's gonna do, probably nothing, but just tell him. I don't know. All right, so I've put I think the first time we did this, I put the SD8 in the center of the stage, and that was really messy. So now I'm just putting it down on the side of the stage. I am aware that this is a video about how things have changed over, you know, a year, and we're having new gear and stuff, and I'm still using an X32. And I promise I'm getting a wing soon-ish. I hate doing this part. I don't know why, but doing the Wi-Fi is like my least favorite thing. But Wi-Fi is important, so we're doing it now. Okay. Oh yeah. So we got these round bases after the burger joint gig, which was kind of a nightmare, you know, for small stages like this. And they work great. I really like them. It's a really heavy base. I think it's like almost 12 pounds, so they're not gonna like fall over or anything. I think I talked about these in the last video, but I put these adapters, the Triad Orbit adapters, on all of our wireless gear and our microphones. Stick the coupler into the unit and it slides right in there. And you don't have to screw on anything anymore. It's really great for wireless equipment. I don't know that it's completely necessary for microphones at this level. If there's not going to be 2 people on stage at once, then it's just easier to use one floor monitor. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. You know, you can just have the people be center stage, they both get good light, and everybody can see them if there's just one person performing on stage. And it's less work for me to do. But tonight, it's a duo, so there's 2 floor monitors. I got tired of using like the mass-produced IEC cables, the ones that like don't bend at all, so I made these myself, parts from Amazon and Home Depot, and to be completely honest, I stole it from Billy LaGuardia's YouTube channel, so shout out to Billy LaGuardia. I still do use the mass-produced IEC cables, but it's a 1 foot long one that I use for the front fill. It's not going anywhere. You might notice that I'm not using my twin cables anymore on the monitors, and that's just because they make a mess on small stages, which this is a really small stage. So I'm just using the IEC cables that I built, and it lets the stage be a little bit more tidy. Also, we weren't using a front fill whenever we first did this about a year ago, and that's because there were no tables like there are right here. Mary Grace is sitting in between them right now. With these lifted up, they don't really hit the tables all that well, so we added this little guy right here. It's like, is it a front fill? Is it not a front fill? It's a point source speaker, but it does a job. I have it running at like 20 dB, so like it's barely coming out of there. I didn't always used to tape them, but I think it just makes them easier to travel with. But right now we're just gonna use the blue ones to plug into our speakers. All right. And last but certainly not least, the main. I've been using the JDIs for forever. There's kind of left over from my studio days, and they don't break very easily. So people don't always use them. They kind of never use them. They always usually bring their own stuff, but I don't know that. So I always throw them down just to be sure, and if they don't use them, I really don't give a shit. They're there. And if something breaks in the middle of the show, they're still on the stage. AG1. Pretty sure she doesn't need this for her fiddle tonight. Pretty sure she used a guitar amplifier. So sometimes people bring most of the time people bring their own microphones. A ton of Telefunken M80s, no M81s, Shure 87s, Beta 87s, I don't really know what those are. But I always throw out mics because I never know if people are gonna bring them or not. Yeah, and this is why I like these stands. Oh. Okay. What's the matter? I'm not gonna wrap it and make it pretty because I don't know if this one's gonna stay here or if they're gonna wanna use their own mic, so I never do that until showtime. Neato. 1, 2, check, check. Hey, hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Hello. 1, 2. All right, I'm gonna push these up. Yeah, so the guy at Sound Bullet sent me over, is it called Sound Bullet? The guy at Sonect sent me over their Sound Bullet a while ago. So I use this to test out my DI boxes at small gigs like this, just to make sure that our stuff is working. I'm just gonna put this through the monitor, monitor 1, which is in front of me. Just make sure that it's passing audio, which it is. But this thing's really, the useful is like when you have a bunch of sub stakes on stage, you can just pop this thing in, send some pink noise to your X32 or whatever you're using, and just make sure that you're plugged into the right spot. So like, I do ring out the monitors, but there's not a whole lot going on stage. It's just acoustic stuff. I've already rung them out. This is kind of what it looks like. I rung out the copies of my vocals, and it's really pretty simple. It's just like tiny cuts here, and here, and here. But I'm just not worried about really feedback. The only time that would actually be a problem is when somebody brings a condenser mic. I think somebody brought like a SM87 or something like that, and it kind of fed back, but I fixed it. It's not like a huge problem, and people don't always bring those, but I'm just not that worried about it. It's not loud up here, so. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about how I have the floor monitors set mix-wise before people get here. I'm running these things real low. They're at -6 because it sounds fine to me and nobody ever really asked for much more. I usually start the vocals around -5 through the wedges, both of them. They're being sent to the copies. And then for, you know, acoustic guitars, I start around 14 dB. After we do their sound check, the opener and the, you know, Max and Heather, we'll see kind of where we end up. I need a break for a second. But also, we got to talk about lights. And I don't like lights. But they're the biggest difference in the whole PA system setup over the past year, overall, hands down. It's the thing that's gotten the most better, so I guess we gotta talk about it. At first, we started with the power cans, so just up lighting. This did not look good. Then we moved on to something like quad bars, downstage left and right. The light on the faces of the artists like that just kind of looks horrible to me, and I've never liked it. They look purple and blown out. That wasn't really quite good. And then I decided to bring my Nanlite Forza. It's a video light, and I think that's when the rubber really hit the road. Now we've settled on 2 Chauvet quad bars as backlighting, which are hooked up to a Wolf Mix lighting controller backstage. 2 Chauvet Bluetooth power cans on the ground to point some light up at the curtain, and finally, the Nanlite Forza 60 is our front wash. Now it doesn't look crazy whenever we film artists. It looks better on people's cell phones, and it's really easy to set up.
Absolutely. People, I think y'all stood last time, or sat last time. Do y'all have y'all's own microphones, or do y'all just?
Yes.
We have our own.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing, 58. Gotcha.
I knew I should have brought the shims, damn it.
That'll be good. And mine doesn't have to be kicked back too far. You all around.
Nah, you're good. So I built these like wooden shims to like put underneath the floor monitors to point them up. But I was like, they're gonna be sitting, so yeah, that'll be good.
That's perfect.
Get that thing actually pointed
That's
at
great.
your face.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Perfect.
I might need to prop this up a little bit. I said, hey, come on, Heather.
Hey, check 1, 2. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, check 1, 2.
And if it's all right, I'm going to run through this DI,
Yeah, you got it.
and I'll need Phantom for this when you get back to it.
What's that? Oh,
Yeah, need to turn that down a little.
that's what I was talking
Hey, checkity 1, 2, hey, 1, 2, hey, 1, 2, 1, 2, hey. That feels pretty delicious. Hey, checkity 1, 2, 1, 2,
Yeah, he's
hey,
good over here.
1, 2.
If you say it's good,
Man, mine sounds really tasty.
okay, then I'm just gonna.
Now,
Maybe we will. Yeah, I just put it in there.
oh, I got a
Oh, you got one?
bag.
Excellent. We rarely end up using these. We never really do, but I gotta put them down. All right. Looks good. Yeah, it's good with me. Hold on. Could play for me?
Got me a job working on the levee, toting water for the hard-working men. Walk on, boy.
Okay, so sound check went kind of how I expected it to. I was pretty close with Max's. He's at about 6 dB on his vocal and 12 dB on his acoustic. He's acoustic too. But Heather, I was way off. She wanted more vocal. I think I ended up raising the overall level of her monitor by a couple dB. A lot more of his acoustic than I had thought. Her vocal is sitting kind of like right around 0, which is fine. And then for the other guy, for the opener, Zach, I didn't change a thing on his. His vocal was around 14 dB, and his acoustic, which is acoustic guitar 1, is sitting around 16 dB. So like pretty damn quiet. And now we go to the show. man alive. They come across a picnic where they can dine. Oh yeah.